US.
There we go. Big screen. Good evening, everybody. We're taking over the Saturday Night Crash this evening because we're going to be talking about next weekend's event. So welcome to everyone watching both on the Saturday Night Crash and Model Officers Mess simultaneously, and obviously the YouTube channel. So thanks for joining us. Make sure you put a comment in, say hello to everybody and all that sort of jazz. That's really important. Good that you have an interaction. So I'm going to have a quick look at the chat. Then we're going to bring some people in that are with me, as you saw a minute ago. And then have a chat about what's going to be happening next weekend. So first up, we have got, or not second up, actually. We've got Hugh saying good evening, everyone. Atol's there. He said evening and no problem with me as Big Teddy is on. Oh, sorry. High definition, James. That's not a good idea. And Luther, Series 6, Episode 8 and 9 are tonight's viewing pleasures. Ooh, excellent. Crazy Loco is in and saying, person turquoise waving party time. I love it. Some emojis don't work on StreamYard, clearly. But great to see you, Crazy. Plastic Alchemist is saying good evening all. We've got Peter there saying legend Crazy Loco. How are everyone? A little chat between themselves. Facebook user. I knew there'd be a Facebook user. Make sure you say, oh, no, don't do that. Make sure that you give permission for StreamYard to share your details. Otherwise, it makes it a little bit more complicated for me. And I can't see the comment on the Facebook either channel. So evening. Oh, there it is. 1 second. Evening to whoever it is. It says morning all Facebook from Kiwiland. Yes, that's not working. Why is that not working? Yeah, that's not helping me. Right, that can go off. Good. Get these technical gremlins out of the way. Skullfish is there saying hello. Good evening, everyone. Howdy to me from Crazy. Dominic's there. Evening and a smile. I'm going to have to clean some stuff off my computer, I think. Ian Dalthwaite is there. He's saying, evening, guys. Currently doing a stock take for the 48-hour scratch build. Yes. Make sure you are up to date. And it's John. John is the Facebook user. Hey. Hi, John. How you doing? So, who we got in with us this evening? We will have some other people popping in when they show up. So, we've got Steve. There's Steve. Hi, Steve. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. We got the lovely Steph down there. You right there, Steph?
I'm fine. How is everything, young sir?
Yeah, very good. And we've got Nat and the babysitter. So, I'm not quite sure who sounds that. I think that's the babysitter. You all right?
Not bad. How are you guys?
Oh, that's Nat. It's not the babysitter then. Really got to do some hand recognition.
They're my hands.
I knew they were. The babysitter. He's hugging the camera. Cool. 16 people watching. Thank you for joining us. Just make sure you say hello and interact in the chat as we go through tonight. So, as you know, we are 6 days away now, would you believe, from a weekend of complete fun, building 48 scale kits or something of your choice, depending on what you're able to do. 70 odd hours of streaming from around the world. We're going to Australia first, then over to the Netherlands, then over to the UK, and then over to the USA. So full, absolutely full. We got loads of people joining. We've got a lot of new faces this year. They'll be glad to know once they've confirmed. They have confirmed. I just haven't told them what they're doing yet. But anyway, we've got a lot of new faces. We've got a lot of great sponsors this year. Massive thank you to all the sponsors. And that's a good segue because we're going to go over to Steph, and Steph is going to talk us through the auction nice and quickly. The reason being is Steph is sat in a fridge at the moment, and I don't want him to get too ill because I need him next weekend. This is purely selfish. So, Steph, do you want to go to the slides, or would you like to talk to people first and then go to slides? Or
Let's get the slides done out of the way. Then
yeah, it's
people
better.
can.
Yeah, I don't want to scare anyone off.
So, good evening, everybody. Hope you're all well. And this is the auction for the UK only. There is auctions in the US and also in Australia. Theirs will preview. I'm not sure when we're going to preview, but I'm sure that James will let us know. John Alex,
in the next week, you'll we've been drip feeding bits and pieces to you for the last 2-3 weeks, or well, actually we haven't. Steve has, because Steve is a guru in that. But we're gonna roll out the other auctions like we did with the UK ones on the Facebook page, so you can have a good look and start setting yourself up.
Sorry.
So no, that's cool. It's no problem. And while I'm hogging the mic, I'll just quickly say Peter's saying hi there. JA Elliot Spice is in. He's saying good evening all. And I think that's everybody. So I'm going to shut up and let Steph get on.
Right. So these are the rules for the auction. These rules cover every auction we do. Also, there will be. Have you mentioned them yet, James?
Not yet, but you can do. You can do it now, or do it at the end.
Well, do it at the end.
Yeah.
We have all lots will be 3 minutes long. The start of the timer will begin when you see "not here" start in the chat, and the auction will end when you see "not here" stop in the chat. Once we press stop, we'll leave it for about 10 or 15 seconds because there will be sniping. Just remember that. If you've got the top bid, chuck an extra couple of quid on top of it, because somebody will snipe you. And there was some sniping done last year, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's the best part of the auction for me.
Mm-hmm.
Is those last second bids. So it takes a few seconds to catch up, so I'll give it 10 or 15 seconds, and then we'll just allow it to catch up. My ruling is final. Also, remember, postage, packaging, and any customs duty are not included in your bid. You are liable for the payment of those. Rule number 6. Reading the rules is not an excuse. We will put the rules up so you can peruse them and see if you can find any loopholes. Good luck. 7, please only bid on auctions in your local area. We understand we can't stop you, but remember item 5. You're liable for the postage and any customs fees. Also, I will tell you which ones will not post outside of their local area. So please be aware of that. And then rule number 8, please only bid as much as you can afford. Set a limit, stick to it. If it goes over that limit, just leave it. Because we don't want people getting in debt for this. So they're the auction rules. Now, let's get on to the interesting part. So
Before you do that, sorry, Scaling Models is saying good evening, everyone. Good luck with the Jeep Nat. Laugh out loud. And Crazy Locals just is taking the right attitude. Bid like you mean it, because it certainly will be.
Cool.
There we go.
So, first lot is the Spy hand drill, which is kindly been donated by Brevco Modeling. Lot number 2 is a Kinetic, a 148th Cheetah D, South African Air Force.
Mm.
It's very similar to the Kafir from Israeli aerospace industries. Sorry. Lot number 2 was kindly donated by Frome Model Center.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we've got the Trumpeter KV-8S welded turret, which was kindly donated by Mason's Models. Do you want me to go through the chat as well?
No, you're fine. It's all up to date at the moment.
Okay. Yes, I've boo-booed because that should be lot number 4. So I will have to go through them and check them. Lot number 4 is kindly donated by Modelers United. Fred and his gang up there in Scotland is a Gecko 135th K2Y KT ambulance. Lot number 5. Now this is a £100 model. The 148th Avro Lancaster B Mark 1 from Hong Kong Models, kindly donated by Bachmann and MCC Models.
That's cool.
Lot number 6 is a Harrier GR7 GR9, kindly donated by Spruebox. It's a Hobby 2000 148th scale. Next up is the brand new tooling A34 Comet British cruiser tank from Tamiya in 135th scale. This has been kindly donated by the Hobby Company Limited.
Nice.
Is very nice. Next up, SMS Paints 1630mm Premier SMS Paints and Painting Clips Pack. Thank you very much, SMS. Lot number 9, EBMA, one of their tool stands. I've got my eye on this. That is quite nifty.
Very handy.
Yes. Tiger Hobbies, F14D Super Tomcat from AMK. This is in 148 scale, another expensive model and a highly detailed one. Lot number 11, Inside the Armour, Modelling Armour, the AFV Club Modelling Armour book. Next up, a 3-pack model from Rubicon, the M1897 75mm field gun, the M102 105mm howitzer, and the Bofors 40mm L60. Lot number 13 is the Kinetic 148th Israeli Air Industries Kafir C10. This is Latin American edition, so it comes with the Colombian decals. This was donated kindly by Frome Model Center. Next one is from Mason's Models, the Roden 148 scale Beechcraft. That is lot 14. Lot 15, another one from Modelers United. This is the AFV Club 135th Churchill Mark III Type D carpet layer.
Nice.
It is. That is lovely. Another new tooling, brand new out last year, is the Italeri 148th F35B Lightning 2, kindly donated by the Hobby Company. Lot number 17, EBMA Wing Jig. That's a nice thing to have as well. Next, Inside the Armour have donated this More Scratch Building Masterclass book. Thank you very much, guys. Mason's Models, lot number 19, the Revel Monogram 125th Tommy Ivo Showboat. That's really interesting kit, that is.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, really different. Lot number 20, SMS. Again, 13 times 30mm pearl and colour shift paints and a painting clips pack. Next up, sorry, my mistake, I haven't put their logo in yet. This is from Salisbury Model Centre. Thank you very much, Oz. This is Das Werks 135th Panzer 6, the Tiger. Lot number 22, another Rubicon one. Thank you, Steve. The T-54 and T-55 main battle tanks and the BTR-60 armoured personnel carrier. Precision Snow and Ice and Snow is lot 23. You get the Snow and Ice military kit, which is well worth it, and one of their cool T-shirts.
Nice.
I know. Next up, lot number 24, another one from EBMA, a pair of paint racks of your choice. So whatever paints you use, whether they're Vallejo, Alclad, Tamiya, they do the lot. Yeah, they do the lot. So you can pick two of your choice. Lot number 25, 33, 30 mil, infinite color, water-based range, and a 10-piece stable brush set. That is a cracker, that is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. We're coming to the big ones now.
Oh.
Lot number 26, Airfix's brand new 124th Supermarine Spitfire Mark 9C. The box art, though it doesn't show it here, is signed by Dale. I did know that I memorized the guys' names and I've completely forgotten. So Dale, the team lead, the designer, and the researcher have all signed the box. So it is a very, very rare item. And finally, our big one.
Oh, yes.
Outlaw Paints have given us $500 worth, that's Australian dollars, of paints. It's a voucher for you to spend on what paints you want in the range. The postage and packaging, give me a sec. The postage and packaging with this, you will have to arrange with Outlaw yourselves. So the bid comes to us. There's no, you don't put postage and packaging on your final bid. When you contact Outlaw and Outlaw Paints and say, look, I've won this, I've got this voucher, and I also need to arrange postage and packaging. You deal with that at the time. A note will go at the bottom, and I will reiterate that when we come to it.
So just to give you a little bit of a heads up, really, with this is now we were originally offered. Outlaw Paints have been absolutely amazing. They were one of the first people to get in touch with us, and their first offer for the auctions was, in fact, a full range of their paints in each auction, which is a 300 plus pots of paint. Now, we did a bit of research, and for shipping that sort of stuff, that's going to be a lot of money, and I was quite concerned that would cause an issue for people that were bidding.
Yep.
This is a much smaller lot, a much more manageable lot, but beware of the shipping side of things, because that is a part of it, but it's not part of what you're bidding for. So that's something to bear in mind. Also, the other more exciting thing is that Outlaw Paints have just literally last month issued a new part of their range, which is military type based paints. So, you know, your olive drabs and all that sort of stuff. So that's fresh into the market. So you potentially could just have an absolute pick of whatever's there. And I know Jason from Outlaw will walk you through it because some of the new range is not on the site yet. So that's a phenomenal thing to get. Well worth the money. That the paint's it's a good quality paint, a good company. A lot of people rave about it in Australia, so it's your chance to get your hands on this. And it really, I can't thank Jason enough for his generosity. It's been amazing. But
Isn't it?
Yeah. So there you go. That's the UK lots. You're done on that, aren't you? So what I can do?
Would you like me to go through the flash auctions?
Oh, I was just about to give you a segue then, but yes. So what do you mean by that, Steph?
Right. So during the lead up to the auction, we will be having some flash auctions, which at no particular time we will come on and go flash. No, we'll say auction, and then we'll drop an auction in just for the pure fun of it. So the flash auctions for this year are for the UK. Thanks to Frome Model Centre, Flash Lot 1 will be an SMS paint set of your choice. So there's 4 paints there.
Ooh.
The next one from Mason's Models is a DH Vampire FB5 from Cyber Hobby, 1/72 scale. Flash Lot number 3, courtesy of Modelers United, thanks Fred, will be a 1/72 scale ICM all over Spain. The sky is clear. Flash Lot number 3. No, sorry, that was that? Yeah, that was Flash Lot number 3. I'm getting confused here. Flash Lot number 4, courtesy of the Hobby Company, is Italeri's 1/24 Audi Quattro Rally. Something a little bit different this year. We haven't had a vehicle yet, so
No.
this one's coming. Flash Lot number 5, EBMA, a spruce saw. These are awesome. I have one.
Yeah.
I use it religiously. They are brilliant. And finally, Flash Lot number 6 will be Pre-Dreadnought's book from Inside the Armour. Thank you very much for these as well, guys. Really appreciate the generosity this year. Has just been ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been really good. Yeah.
Generosity is absolutely amazing. There we go, James. That's me done for a bit.
Okay.
Just going
there
back,
we go.
just going back to the Airfix 1/24. It's signed by Dale Lockhurst, who is the brand manager, Luke Stanley, who was the researcher, and Christopher Joy, who was the designer of it all. So that's an exclusive. You're not going to see that again anywhere else. So
No, that is a one-off.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, the guys at Airfix were so generous to us to give us that kit. We've been sitting on it a little while, but so yeah, we knew ages ago that we got it. But yeah, we got them to sign it there and then. So basically, anybody that's had a hand in bringing that to market has signed that box. So that's valuable in itself. So yeah, just an amazing auction, and like Crazy says there, and that's just the UK auction. Oh yeah, it is utter bonkers this year. The flash side of things. One of the reasons we did that was because we had too much really to put into an auction.
Yeah, the auction would have lasted nearly 2.5-3 hours.
Yeah, so we thought also the other thing is obviously last year we did the auctions at a certain time, and we're going to stick to that format. That's fine, but it means the people that are watching on the other streams, remember there's 15 segments in all, they may miss out on the auction. So yeah, so it does mean you have to tune in, because we're not going to tell you when we're going to do it, and it isn't for that reason. It's just to try and make it as fair as possible. So the other flash auction lots are equally amazing, as are the auctions. So a massive thank you for all the sponsors and the efforts they've put in. Really outstanding. It left me breathless, I got to be honest, most of the time.
Yeah, it was amazing. Also, there's a book coming that you may want to watch if you can jump on the American stream and you don't mind it and you're into your Israeli Defense Force.
Ooh, it's a bit of a clue there. Whoa.
Yep.
Okay, let me catch up with the chat very quickly. So, Plastic Alchemist is saying, oh, that's way generous. I'm guessing that would be to do with the Outlaw paints. He's also made a comment there about the Spitfire. He's a bit worried. He wants one, but he's a bit worried about his space. Dominic is there saying, is Jason also present in the live show? Yes. Jason Bailey, the owner of Outlaw Paints, will be there with Brandon, who is very, very much involved in the making of the paints and all that sort of stuff. So they'll be in the Australian section. So you can quiz him a little bit in the chat maybe as well. He's a lovely bloke. He's just genuinely really like that sort of guy that will just do anything to help you. It's not a problem. So I'm glad that he's been able to get involved. He'll be doing the build obviously as well. Carl's in there saying hit the thumbs up, guys. Yeah, absolutely. And Mark Shellard is there saying evening all, got your pennies ready. Yes, you will need to have your pennies ready. And I'm just going to reiterate, at the end of the day, please don't get stuck into the rut with the auctions and bid without thinking about the limits in which you want to set yourself. I don't want to cause any issues or problems with you, especially at this time where it's difficult around the world with cost of livings and all that sort of stuff. So that's fine. That's a part of the auction. As we said, we're gonna next week we'll be popping up 2 posts, one for Australian auction, one for the US. Part of the reason for that is we're waiting on a couple of pictures and bits and pieces in relation to the US auction, but that's just down to timings and stuff. So don't worry too much; it's definitely going to come. And we'll let you know. As I say, Steve's been an absolute star, as a media star, posting, drip feeding the information to you of the sponsors and what the sponsors are giving. He's been whacking that out for weeks now, haven't you, Steve?
Yeah. So if there is anybody around that are off from the other groups, don't worry, it's only going to be for another week. And then and that's important. We do appreciate we have asked all the admins previously to doing this, so we have got the authority from the admins. So but yeah, it's much appreciated for all the groups and everything like that. But if you see some of the posts going up and you haven't seen them come up in a particular group you're in, feel free to share them, but we must ask, please just get the admins from that group's approval first, because what we don't want is suddenly getting shut down for stuff like that from other groups and stuff. So yeah, if you are going to share it, please just check with the admins first of all. I am in quite a lot of groups. Obviously I'm not in all the groups, but we must say do check with their admins, because we have asked some groups and some groups have actually said no, but that's their choice and stuff like that. But as we don't want to upset anybody.
No, and all the groups that have been willing to help us, again, thank you so much for your support. This is a community event, and we do try to involve as many people as we possibly can in it. If you are interested in the auction and promoting the auction within a group, obviously we've been doing posts as like the sponsor and what they're giving. Over on the Sprue Box community page, there will be there is actually now, but there will be other posts, just literally the auction. So if you want to tantalize people in another group and you've got the admin's permission, by all means share it from that page, because the model officers mess is a closed community, so sharing from there is quite difficult. But yeah, if an admin wants to get involved and is watching and hasn't had any posts, drop Steve a note or myself, and we'll happily get your support on board as well. So that's that. So the auction obviously is going to be a massive part of the drive that we're going to do. We're going to, as I say, we're going to kick off in Australia. So it will be 7:30 in Australia, but obviously not in the UK or anywhere else in the world. So we do have a schedule. The schedule's been put together by the wonderful Lisa. And to be honest, it makes a little bit more sense than mine does when I did it last year. So this is the schedule. This will be out and about all over the place. But as you can see, if you're in the UK, you just follow the list on the left-hand side, and they are all the 4-hour segments. Now, if you live somewhere else in the world and want to tune in, then you just have to do the maths of your time difference against the UK and make it easier. We have highlighted the regions that we'll be in, but it does create a little bit of confusion here and there. So, just do the maths yourself from the UK side, and make sure you tune in and be a part of it. So, that's that. The other things that, well, there are loads of other things, but one of the other things that we've got, we're going to go to Nat in a minute or two and get her to talk about what she's been doing. Although I'm looking at the babysitter's hands and he's in the middle of gluing, so yeah, that'll be interesting. But I'll come to Nat in a minute or two.
She just disappeared to sort kids out.
Yeah, no, that's cool, no worries. One of the other things which we'll be doing this year as well, we obviously encourage everybody during the 48 hours to take a break by doing a little coffee ad and all that sort of thing. But this year we've gone a little step further with it to make it a little bit more interesting and also to persuade you to take that break. So we've got a coffee break modeler's tip. And very kindly, we've got some YouTubers from around the world that have put together a modeling tip for you to watch on just all sorts of things. I'm not going to tell you any more than that because they're awesome, basically, and I don't want to spoil the fun. But yeah, it's they run for anywhere between 5 or more minutes, so it's plenty of time for you to switch your kettle on and grab yourself a cup of coffee and watch a tip. And obviously, once the event's over, you can always go back. What I'll try and do is I will try and put that timestamp in the description of the video once they become a video as such. And if there's anything that you see in the auction you didn't manage to grab and you want to grab it, then all the links of all the sponsors are in the description of the videos on YouTube. Please go over to the sites and support them. You know, Inside the Armor, for example, is brilliant in the books that he has, and a very helpful guy as well. So please support them all. They've been so generous to us. We should really support them too. Give me a thumbs up when Nat's back, and I'll waffle for a bit.
Right, you carry on waffling. I'm going to have to knock it on the head, James.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you for coming and talking us through it. I really appreciate it.
That's all right, and I will do the rest when you tell me I've got to be there.
All right, no worries.
Take care.
See you later.
Take it easy. Bye.
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 So just head over to the chat for a second, have a quick look. So Mark Schiller is saying he's about to pull up the floorboards for some extra cash. What if you find something? Let me know.
Yeah, give me some.
Great idea. Dominic's just saying that he's shared the 48 hour in my group on Facebook. That's a Dutch group. That's excellent.
Yeah,
Crazy Lyco is saying that it's all for a good cause. M4H, absolutely, yes, it is. And Carl has put in there the very long link, which is actually below in the little banner there. So yeah, you can click on that if you wish, or you can grab yourself a pen because that banner is going to be there while we're on anyway on live tonight. So it's Just Giving page is up and running. There have been some donations already, so thank you if you've donated. I really appreciate it. Plenty of opportunity to do so over the next weekend or over the next week and the event itself. So yeah, please do give what you can. Every pound counts. Crazy Loco saying coffee break is my favorite time of the day. Absolutely it is. Plastic Alchemist is saying, anyone know anyone interested in a kidney? I have a spare one for sale. Yeah, trying to raise those funds. So, yeah, so actually, as it happens, one leaves, but yet another one comes, which is always great. I'm going to see if he's ready. And we're joined by the wonderful Ian. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning, gentlemen. Oh, it is morning here.
And where is here?
In Melbourne, Australia.
There we go. So this is Ian. Ian will be our host in our Australian section. I'll be doing my model with him and all the other guys just to support them. But yeah, so we've just gone through the UK auction. We're not going to give anything away for the Australian auction. because it's the slides aren't quite ready. So,
Yep.
But I can give you a teaser.
Yeah, go on.
So we have got actually. I do more than a teaser. Come on. Now our shows are never scripted. This is heavily. So so sponsors in Australia, we've got Models and Hobbies for You. We've got Metro Hobbies there. They've got involved again, as did last year. SMS Paints are also involved. Precision Snow and Ice have been really generous and decided to do all 3 auctions. So that's brilliant of them. Brilliant product. We've also got a donation from Piece by Piece, which I'll come back to in a minute because that won't be known. And then, of course, we've got Outlaw Paints with a $500 voucher.
Nice.
Yeah. All told, you've got 16 lots in the Australian running order, and then there is what we're calling flash auctions. So what do we mean by flash auctions is basically there are a number of items that we didn't put in the main auction that we will spread out through the whole event itself. So you get there's an extra chance for you to snap up a bargain. So yeah. While we're waiting for that, so Ian, are you all ready? Are you got everything you need for the event? Hey, look at that. Love it.
And yesterday I started making the base for it. So I've cut my wooden base, stained it. So I just got to put a bit of oil on it today and a bit of felt on the bottom, and then I'm ready to rock and roll.
Wow. That's amazing. Excellent. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. How about you, Steve? Have you got yourself all ready and everything you need?
Yeah, I've got the kit out, which I'm going to be doing. I've just got to sort out paints, make sure I've got all the paints that I require. Yes, so good to go, more or less. I should only have to get a couple of bottles. So.
Oh, okay, that's cool. How about you, Lewis? Have you got everything in place for what you need?
I have literally gone out today to my local hobby shop and bought a kit that I'm quite looking forward to doing, and it's not just going to be the kit. I'm doing something a bit extra with it as well.
All I will say is going head to head with the guys from the Netherlands.
I was 148 Lancaster then, yeah?
You didn't go down the road of a smoke machine. Tell me you didn't.
No, but that's just
quiet. Oh my god!
No, get rid of it.
So while we're with Lewis, I believe it's not just you building though, isn't it? Is that right?
No, I'm on babysitting duty, so I'm doing a simple build apparently.
Right.
No, it's me carrying the torch for the Williamsons this year.
Right. Okay. And is that just it? I think there's more than that though, isn't there?
Yes, we have. It's going to be a family event. So
Ooh.
Connor and Paige, our 2 little darlings, they've got a kit as well, and they're going to be doing it with us. So it's a thing the whole family can get involved in.
That's very true. That's brilliant. Well, I hope there's other families out there that do the same, because it is manageable to do it that way. In fact, it's easier to a degree because you're at least involving them in what you're doing, so they might be a little bit more kind to you in their what they do.
Just sit them at the table and they stay there, hopefully.
Don't super them, no.
You will not move.
No.
I must admit, the kids are like stupidly excited. They are. I think they're on countdown as much as we are. Just like,
yeah.
We'll build it. No, next weekend. Oh, but we want it now. Sorry, I don't think James will love us if we bring it forward a week.
So, we're going to have a little chat about what Nat's been up to in a second. But in the chat, why don't you tell us how prepared are you? You got everything you need yet? Have you got your kit ready and all that sort of thing? Pop it in the chat and we can highlight that. Crazy Lakers asking for more teasing about the auctions. I might talk about the American auction in a minute or two. That's fine. Steph is now relaxing in the front room, and he's saying simple kit for a simple man.
I think he's talking about you there, Nat.
I don't know.
So what about you, James? Have you got your kit all good to go? Are you
Well, I'm glad you asked me, Steve. Yes, is the answer. Yes, no, I'm all ready to go. I'm just looking round to find what it was that I could show you, because I was sort of prepared, but obviously I've tied it up. What did I do? Is that there? 1 second, sorry. Yeah, so this is part of my kit.
Oh God!
So yeah, I started out.
Ian Duffwaite.
I started out with a very simple idea, thinking, that'll be easy to knock that out of the park. And then thought, well, it's not technically a kit, so I need to do something, which has then gone down the scratch building route, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. So yeah, it's going to be yeah. I'm not going to say anything more than that. I'm just going to leave it like that. What I can say is it will fit in that.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, that'll be fun. There's no PE involved. Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Or there might be if I need some straps or something. Who knows? But yeah. So yeah, I've got my bits and pieces. I got something else coming in the post, hopefully on Monday as well. So that'll make it a bit easier. So yeah. So Facebook user is saying he's got his 60-year-old kit ready. He's been waiting a long time for this batch. So yeah, unfortunately, Travis is just saying my wedding anniversary is on the 11th, so I won't risk joining. No, that's fair enough.
All right.
A bit of advice: you go and get your lovely other half a kit and get you joining.
Yeah.
It'll be a once in a lifetime experience. So Mark's just commenting there. Who was so eager not to? Who was so eager, Nat, the kids or Lewis?
Oh, that's a hard one to answer, actually.
Well, in all fairness, I've left it to the last minute this year to get my kit. So
You have, because you've changed your mind about 4 or 5 times.
yeah.
You know, he put up a picture of his kit the other day. Anyway, the 148 Lancaster.
Oh, do you know? I see.
We went to Mason's
Yeah,
today, didn't
when
we?
I went into Mason's, they've got that Super Tomcat, the all dancing, all singing one. It's like, can I get it? I can try and do it in 48 hours.
Well, that's the key to it. It's about getting involved, isn't it? So if you don't finish your kit, it doesn't matter. You know, it's all about taking part and being part of the community. So, you know, if you're thinking, I'll never build it in 48 hours, that's fine. It's not a problem.
I'll get you go then.
Well, I thought that's what you did get. So, but anyway, yeah.
Moving swiftly on.
Yes. So, Nat, anyway, what have you been doing?
In the 48 hours.
What have you been doing, Nat, for the event?
Well, everybody will be so thrilled to hear that, yes, the thing has returned again this year for the 48-hour build. So I have prepared 6 different ones, and they will be featured across all the time zones.
Going global.
So don't worry, America and Australia, you guys are included this year.
You can feel that pain.
Yeah. So, Nat's
Good luck.
decided to go global with her pain of guess the thing.
As long as you don't cheat this shit this time.
What?
Oh.
Nat?
Time for a wibble.
Nat? Who cheated? Nat cheated. She wrote
Yeah,
them.
she put a kit in that wasn't a kit.
He's still going on about that Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier.
Yeah. You won't let that log die.
Of course not. He's
Yeah.
got that bone.
It's like when a bloke does the washing up, you can keep it going
for
for like
God's
months at a time, can't you? I did the washing up today, Nat.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you do? Wash my mug?
No, I did the kids' cups as well. And I put a wash load on, actually.
What did you put it? Just in the dishwasher?
He'll be mopping the kitchen again later.
No, that was last week.
So there's loads going on over the whole of the weekend. There's more other bits and pieces that I won't tell you about. Yeah, I'll just surprise you with them. So we've got a quick roundup for you. So we've got auctions, we've got flash auctions, which will go through the whole weekend event, and then we've got some special guests. We've got some amazing modelers from around the world that are getting involved. The US section, for example, is just stonkingly full of people. Some new faces, some old faces. The podcasts are all getting involved. Obviously, Ian, I didn't say earlier. Sorry, that's my bad. Ian is one of 3 from the On the Bench crew podcast. So we show them some love and support and listen to their podcast. Send them an email and ask them a question. That always, something nice and easy.
Yes.
But yeah, so there's going to be loads going on, and I thank you in advance for watching and being involved in it. The other bit of news I can tell you is, or 2 bits of news actually, that as of this morning, the early hours this morning, when I was happening to talk to that young man in the corner, we have gone over the 100 mark of participation. So we've got over 100 people getting involved in the build. Now, I understand, don't get me wrong, if you've put on the post, I'm in, things do happen, things do change. But if we can get 100 people posting their pictures up, that would be phenomenal. And the other bit of news is I was been banging on for 12 months about getting someone from Japan, and we have.
Awesome.
So, yes. Paul Gallagher from Japan is going to jump on and get involved. So we've got another continent on the starting block, and next year he'll enjoy it so much that next year I'm sure he'll make his own little group up, and we can go to another time zone just for someone to do the maths. But yeah, so if you anyone in the chat, if you've got any questions about the event or anything, then by all means let me know. You can pop it in the chat there or drop me a message, whichever.
Yep.
So Facebook user is saying that he's looking forward to next weekend. Oh yeah, I tell you, I can't tell you how much I'm.
Yeah, me too.
It's the highlight of my year every year. And this one is going to be special. There will be some posts going up in the Facebook group over the next 6 days. Some will be the normal what's on the bench and all that sort of thing, but there are some other questions in there, so make sure you read the post properly. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh, Plastic Posse is there saying this is going to be epic. Hey, I wonder if that is the Scott himself. I think it possibly will be. Scott is Scott Gentry, the Triple P. He'll be hosting the US section, but he's got a whole bundle of people that are professional that will help him out throughout the course of the bits as well. So it's Scott indeed. Hi Scott, how you doing? We're just stonkingly busy this year. We will make time to make the models, though. We will, but even I'm not confident of finishing this year. We'll see. Of course, we got Stefan Miranda over in the Netherlands will be doing their section. They're great supporters of us, and I believe that Stefan has already put the gauntlet out by popping out the fact that he's going to be doing a Tamiya 148 Lancaster in 48 hours.
Good luck.
Oh, yeah.
I built one of those years ago. It took me a lot longer than that.
Yeah. So I'm hoping for spinning propellers and lighting as a basic minimum. We did talk about smoke machines and stuff, and he was almost ready to accept the challenge, but wanted to look into it a bit more. So, Crazy Laker saying to Plastic Posse, already he's epic, and only going to get better by the minute. It is, certainly is. So yeah. So and Steph, I think, might have fallen off his comfy chair. He says, "He's what?" Yes, a 148 Lancaster from Tammy. Not something I'd attempt in 48 hours as dead cert. So there you go, guys. Get your questions in. We're not going to stay on much longer because we're going to pop off, and we got a few administrational bits that we need to do this evening. So it's not going to be a long show at all. I'll let Steve back. So yeah, if you've got any questions in the chat, anything you want to propose or ask, I'll give you a couple of minutes to do so. Like I say, the Just Giving page is open. It's rolling across the screen there as we talk, and is in the description of this video as well. So right at the top to make it nice and easy for you. So if you want to donate now, you're more than welcome. It is open, and it is there for everybody to donate. And also, one other thing I will say as well, I have had a few messages this week. These guys don't know this because I haven't told them, but a few messages this week from people that are involved in building a model in the event and asking if their employers can donate. The answer is yes. Anyone can donate. If you have any issues or problems with that and your employer wants to drop me a line just to make sure that I am legit, I'm more than happy to provide some information to them and the details of where to make that donation. We will take money from anybody for the charity because every penny we raise will go to them. And just to make a comment on the postage as well, just to make you aware, the way we're going to do it this year is very, very strict. The postage will be added to your bid, your winning bid, and that will be sent to the sponsor. 100%, no matter what, will be sent to the sponsor. The reason for this is that I want to be able to make sure that I can show, if required to do so, a trail of that money that's what we've done. Now, if the sponsors want to provide that money back as a donation, then I'm more than happy for them to do so. And that's exactly what I've said to every single sponsor. Because I've had a few that said, no, we'll cover the postage. No, we've got to be fair right across the board. And that's the way we do it. And they've gone, right, okay, well, But I've said to them, I don't want to know if you're going to donate or not. Just it's up to you. All of the sponsors have told us what the postage would be. So they already know what that will generate. So if they want to make a donation on that weekend, that's up to them. I'm not going to stop them. But yeah, so we've got to be very transparent about it because obviously this is money that we're raising for a charity, and I don't want any questionable thoughts that may prop up, because they do from time to time. But I want to be able to show it and prove it, because that's in our benefit and everybody else's work that's been put in, as well as the sponsors and the charity. Everybody must be completely transparent. So that's what we've done. So yeah, we've not been paid by anybody to use these sponsors or anything like that. It's purely we've advertised them because they've donated, and we've tried to make sure that every sponsor gets equal amounts of advertising, effectively, if you want, while we promote the event. So yeah, absolutely transparent always. Zal is there saying good morning. Good morning indeed. How are you doing?
Good morning.
There we go. So there we go. A really fun packed weekend coming up. The crash will return after the event. Obviously, not quite sure when that will be, but when we're together, we'll sit down and work out a plan. And we have been talking about trying to make sure we have a plan that's a little bit more organised as well. I know I keep mentioning it, but we will sort that out. I promise this year. And the Mr. Childs himself. Good evening, he says. Good evening, Mr. Childs. Nice to see you.
Evening, Malcolm.
Evening, Malcolm.
Yeah, so Malcolm will be involved as well in the build. He's booked. He's booked to be live. Yeah, he's got something special planned.
He's going to finish his Moosaroo cap build.
Well, no, he's finished it. Have you not seen it yet? Yeah.
Malcolm.
Oh, you know what? I was really worried.
Yeah,
I was really worried because we got to a 6-week period and yeah, it hadn't been started at that point. But he's really knocked it out of the park. He's surprised me. Well, no, he's not surprised me. I knew he could do it.
It's really good.
Yeah,
It's really,
he's
really
done it a lot quicker than I thought he would. Is what I mean by that.
Yeah.
There we go. So last couple of comments there. Crazy Laker's just saying, from my experience from last year, shipping, etc., and service was excellent and timely. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, no, we will literally send the details over. Some of the stuff is here, over in the corner over there, and will be shipped out super quick because I want the space back. But most of the stuff actually is with the sponsor. So as soon as we give those details over to the sponsor, they will ship it out super quick. And like I say, with Outlaw Paints, we'll introduce you to Jason as quickly as we can. And you can sit and talk to him on a Zoom chat maybe, or through email about the range and what there is and what's up for you to grab. And he'll get that out as quickly as he can as well. So yeah, thank you for that. And yeah, that was going to be my wrap up as well, Malcolm, was that you are all superstars doing the 48 hour. You are indeed. So talking of superstars, I do need to mention a massive thank you from me to Steve, to Carl, Nat, Lewis, Steph. They didn't bully me, I'm not going to lie, but they did tell me off that I hadn't asked them to help me put it all together last year. So I took them up on their offer, and I'm sure they won't be doing it next year. No, it's been absolutely brilliant. I got to be honest. I've given them things to do, and they've just got on with it. And I've tried my best to not get involved with it. I have tinkered here and there, and I've been told off for it as well. Steph, thank you. Yeah, it's been a massive team effort, and it's really, really appreciated. And then obviously the superstars like Ian, who are going to be hosting the podcast from the Plastic Posse, On the Bench, Model Geeks, obviously scale models for vets. I couldn't do it without you. So a massive thank you to you as well. And lastly, and rightly so, to the sponsors, thank you so much for digging deep this year. Yeah, you guys that are going to be watching this are going to be blown away at what there is to come. And it's going to make next year really, really hard.
Yeah.
Because I think we really have managed to go way beyond the next step with this year's thing. So a couple of things. Zal is just asking a question there. I just noticed. Question 448. Should I follow one of the time zones stated or Singapore time? Right. Okay. So basically, it's a good question, actually. So what we ask you to do, the rules, if you like, of the group build is that you post just a comment I'm in on the Facebook group, just so that we know you're participating, which everybody's done. And then what we ask you to do is create a photo album within the Facebook group of a picture of your model. If you've got a phone next to it or an iPad next to it with a date and time, just so show that it's sealed and not sealed, but not started, that'd be fantastic. And then technically you start at 7:30 your time zone, and you do 48 hours. I'm not coming around to your house to check that you're within your 48 hours or anything like that. You know, you're fully trusted. But if you want to join in a particular time zone, I know I forced the guys once to do it in English time, which was quite difficult for them. You can do. It's up to you. So yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said, there's 70 odd hours of streaming. So there'll be a bit of time, depending on what time zone you're in. You'll either be relaxing a bit more at the end, or you'll be doing a little bit of relaxing at the beginning and a little bit at the end, or you'll be just in the beginning, just relaxing while everyone else is building. So whichever works for you, I'm more than happy for you to do what you want. Yeah, like I say, I'm not going to check on you. Just be there and be part of it. That's all that matters. I hope that answers the question for you. And lastly, Crazy Lyco said, yes, thanks to everyone putting this together. You gang are awesome. Bless your heart. Yeah, these guys are awesome. Really are. So there we go. I think what we're going to do, I'm going to wrap it up there because
Yep.
If there's any other questions you have about the 48 hour, you can drop me a PM through Facebook, or pop a question up in the Model Officers Mess Facebook group. If you're not a member already and you want to take part, literally just type in Model Officers Mess, ask a couple of basic questions, and one of the admins will add you to the group, and then you can just explore the group, etc. The pin post at the top is for where you can say I'm in, and then just follow the example of all the other amazing people that are on that site. And there you go. So as I was just stated that I've made the clarification. That's excellent. That's fine. No worries. So there you go. I'm going to wrap it up now. What we're going to do is us lot are going to have a little natter in the background afterwards. But a big thank you to you all. And we will see you on Friday. If you're in the UK, we are starting at 8 o'clock. Or I'll be starting at 8 o'clock. And the guys will be joining me for the 7:30 start in Australia, and then we're just going to crack on through. So see you there. Thank you very much for tonight, and we'll see you soon.
See you next week. Bye.
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 Bye.